Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Silent K, one part of the Straight Red Football channel. We appreciate all the love and support you've been showing us so far. If you wish to continue to support us, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Enjoy this episode. Peace.
All right, everyone. Straight Red here, Straight Red team here. We're half of the team anyway. The guy Guns, Bells. Another Straight Red, straight to the point segment. A bit short and sweet. Just a few topics we want to discuss. One's obvious. You can probably tell by my background again. And the other one's just a bit about Liverpool Football Club, because Bells is obviously a long-time Liverpool fan, and just a few things to discuss, and we always want to get a bit into. So let's start. Let's start with the game of the weekend. As a disclaimer, I obviously said last week that Arsenal, we sent their red card to the disciplinary panel. The FA have discussed it. They've come back, they reviewed it, and they've said they are not sending Arsenal off. So that 3-match ban they would have got has been rescinded, and they've been given a warning. Aubameyang scored. It's positive in the Arsenal camp at this present moment in time. But before I dip into it too much, Bells, what are you thinking about yesterday? What are you thinking about Arsenal? What are you thinking about United?
I think they totally dominated United yesterday at Old Trafford. They were first to most balls, first to the second balls. They defended very well. They didn't have loads of defending to do, but they did very well when they did. They did it with the minimum of fuss. And I like sort of the way Arteta's got them at the moment, because he's got them. They're quite they're not as soft as they were before.
Yeah, they're not soft. Like before, you could just push them over.
You could just push them over. They were never terrible going forward. They always had good players going forward, but at the back, you thought anyone can get a goal against Arsenal. And that's what gave other teams a chance against them, and that's why they failed to normally beat the top 6 teams. Because the top 6 teams normally had that guy. They normally had that guy that was just a danger. Aguero, whether it was a Drogba or whoever, a Kane or whoever, who could just bury a goal against a soft defence, and Arsenal were soft. But now, I like the look of that kid, Gabriel. He seems strong. He's got a bit of speed. He's got a decent pass on him for a centre-back as well. And I think he's working well with the other defenders. I think the 3 at the back, it's been a bit dodgy at times, but more often than not, for me, it's been pretty good. It's been pretty solid. And I like the way he's bringing Saka into the team more, because he's a young player that I like a lot. I think he was, although he played decent as a left back, because he's quite versatile, I definitely think he's better going forward. So it's nice to see him getting more minutes. Nenny, last season at Besiktas, everyone thought it was over for him. And now he's come back, and it's like a whole new player,
So, all right. So for me, I think, obviously Arsenal won, fantastic. Vieira, fantastic. Arsenal won, good.
Yeah.
I think I do think Arsenal.
I know what you're going to say.
Solid. No. I think Arsenal are a lot more solid. But you know what? And I think when you look at the teams they've lost to this season, actually, Man City, Leicester, and Liverpool, it's not that bad. Like, it's not like they're losing to
Sheffield United,
exactly, or even the Fulhams or stuff like that. So that's good. But what I would say is United's home record. They've got 1 point this season against Chelsea. That Brighton game, they were lucky.
Very lucky.
The ref had to rewind time, VAR, do all of that to get the points, isn't it? So, and I'm not going to lie, my thing is that with United, I feel, well, first of all, as a team, they're not balanced anyway. We know they're not balanced.
No.
Diamonds don't work. Like, that's a fact. I think the only time I've seen the diamond worked is maybe for AC Milan when they had Kaká at the top, and you need the bombing fullbacks. If they had Cafu on the right and Robertson on the left, they could make that work.
It could work. Yeah.
They don't have Cafu on the right, and they don't have Robertson on the left. So they don't have Pirlo, and they don't have Seedorf, and they don't have Gattuso, and Shevin Crespo, and Inzaghi in them. So I just feel
they haven't got the personnel.
They do not have the personnel at all, and I just feel that. Oh my Lord! Yesterday was so bad. That penalty. Oh wow! Like everything.
They just. Yeah, it was poor. It was
just no need. Like it's just.
It wasn't.
I don't know where they go from here, because the thing with their fans are general is I was saying about Arsenal fans, they get really happy after a few when they do certain things, but United beat PSG and Leipzig. Fair enough, they were good results, but
Yeah.
it was only like, it was less than a month ago. Was it a month ago that they got popped by Tottenham at home?
Yeah.
Now, let's put it this way. For me, as a football fan, at the moment, I'm not too sure about Chelsea. So I'm not going to be blurting up the horn about Chelsea. The reason because Chelsea had some good results, but until it's a case of you've had a set of good results for so long that a loss doesn't like kill you and set you back. Because now, one loss already, people are like, all it needs to go. They only lost 1-0, but that shows where the club is, and that shows the level of disappointment and the fact that people that were just covering the cracks again. Just a few results covering the cracks. So
yeah.
Right, it's
the
good.
The fans are not convinced, are they?
They are not.
Even with the big wins, the Leipzig, the PSG, the fans are still not convinced. They're still panicking. They're half, they're not fully convinced. They haven't bought into Ole, and I still don't think he's the man for the job. The job is way, way too big for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They're lacking consistency. Like you said, they don't have no width. I don't know what they was thinking playing the diamond. You took away all the width when you know your fullbacks.
I'm gonna come on back to that again in a second.
Yeah, you know your fullbacks are not those guys going forward. Wan-Bissaka, I'm an old school defender, sort of in terms of how I like my defenders to defend, and he's a throwback, so he's brilliant. You're not getting past him. It's very difficult to pass him, even if you get a head start. Somehow he gets there. Like Stretch Armstrong, he just gets there. But going forward, it's a little bit Sol Campbellish for me. He's a little bit. It's a little bit stuck, and I'm not taking anything away from him because he's a young player.
No, listen, I'm with you.
Who's very good defensively. I remember when Ashley Cole first came on the scene. Good defensively. He wasn't brilliant bombing forward. When he went to Chelsea, we saw a more complete player, and for a period of time, that's why he was probably the best left back in probably world football, or he was definitely in the conversation. Luke Shaw on the left. I don't know who's in charge of his conditioning, but this guy always looks like he's just stepped out of the kebab shop. Like he's just a bit too overweight. He looks like he's always just finished eating.
Top heavy fraction.
And I don't get it. I just think the Donny van der Beek signing was puzzling. You wanted width, you wanted Sancho, you knew what you needed, supposedly, and you pop up with another midfielder. You've got the thing for United as well is that a lot of their key players have just gone through some bad patches. If you look at like 3/4 of the spine of their team, I don't know who would complete the spine at the top. But you got De Gea, you got Harry, you got Pogba. They're all right. Maybe not so much De Gea right now.
Yeah, De Gea, I know you.
But he's coming off the back of a bit of a nightmare. Maguire's been having a nightmare. Pogba's having a nightmare. 5 games, 0 goals, 0 assists, and 2 penalties conceded. What's your thoughts on that? I know you got something to say about that.
Pogba's just out here taking up a shirt number, to be honest. I think they need to keep him as far away from their box as possible. Even last year against West Ham when he gave away that penalty because he's blocking his face. Like, look, Pogba is a very talented footballer. We've known this for God knows how long.
Yeah.
I'm sick of the excuses, people saying that he needs good players around him, because the Man United players aren't great, but there are some good players around him. Not every great team is filled with amazing players.
No.
And when Fernandes came in, to some extent, he changed things and he gave them a bit more impetus and oomph. So I don't know what Pogba was trying to do, to be honest, but what I'm saying is Ole needs to make a decision. He needs to either drop one of them or he either needs to drop one of them or he needs to change the formation. Yesterday, he took off who is it? What's it called? Took off Fred, and I swear he got Matic, and he took off Greenwood. Like a smart guy would have gone, we need to go Greenwood on the right, Rashford on the left, and then gone Cavani through the middle. Don't take fun. And he brought Matic on, and he brought on someone else he brought on as well, another midfielder. He brought on Van der Beek. I was puzzled, bro. It's like, who's going to be the person whipping the balls in? Because we know your fullbacks don't have have it in the locker.
They don't. No.
So, and as you said before, so who's going to look? Like Oli, guys, I'm not even trying to send shots at him, but I'm not going to lie. I want him to get a new 5-year deal unbreakable clause, like do 5-year deal, get his own stand named after him. I want everything to go on.
Yeah, statue, everything. Do it all for him. Do it all for him.
They ain't going no further forward. All right.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, just for me, the Matic substitution, that's more damage limitation. That's when you're trying to shore up the game, when you're trying to hold on to a lead. It don't.
Matic is added, especially when you keep McTominay on. Like,
yeah.
Let's be real. Like, anyway, I'll be honest. I've had my thoughts on Oli for a while, and I'm tired of talking about him. To be honest, long may he live. Long may he live.
He's like, what's the guy that weren't working, was a bit of a bum, and then suddenly won 9.7 million on the lottery? Is it Carroll?
Who?
The guy, the chav guy. He had all the rings on, and he was a dustbin collector. Then he won 9.7 million.
Say that's Oli.
That's what Oli reminds me of, man. he just got the golden ticket.
Yeah, nah, I'm not gonna lie. If Man United offered me the job, I'd take it, because I've just sucked the pee for a good few months at least. Obviously, I'll lose my job, but that's calm. Man's got Man United on my CV, and I've got some money in the bank.
And I think I don't know your thoughts. This Cavani signing, I don't know whether they thought he'd have a similar. He's got a bit of pedigree, but I don't know whether they thought he would come in and have a similar impact to Ibrahimovic, or even a Larson to a lesser extent.
Do you know, with Cavani, I've never thought Cavani was world class, but I thought he's got fantastic movement.
He's got brilliant movement.
Because
he's got brilliant movement.
Yeah, he misses the chances, but he makes them for himself. So with Cavani, like, I knew they probably needed a striker, to be fair. Although they're not playing him because he's not match fit, but in the grand scheme of things, his movement can be as good as he likes, bro. He's not going to make a goal for himself, so he needs delivery. Yeah. And if he can't deliver for him, then he's not going to score. So we are where we are.
Yeah. Yeah, very true. Facts.
All right.
Facts.
Quick disclaimer. So obviously I saw that, what's his name? Phil Thompson commenting on what Rio said last week about Upamecano, saying about how Rio was a bit too strong-handed. So it's good to see that the Gillette Soccer Saturday team had, so they kicked him off the show, actually, tell a lie. But it's good to see that maybe football pundits are actually watching Straight Red and actually taking advice from us and following the lads, showing our influence with the footballing community. All right, so next thing. I'm going to let Bells dip into a bit about Liverpool. I've got a few questions for him. A few things maybe I want to understand. So, Roberto Firmino. When he scores goals, everyone's like, he's an amazing striker. When he doesn't score goals, everyone calls him the link-up man. Is he doing enough? What does he need to do? Is his place under threat? And in fact, we'll start there.
First things first, I don't want to sit there and defend him, even though I'm a Liverpool fan. But when he came in to Liverpool for Hoffenheim, he was a number 10. He's never been prolific. So I think if he's expecting him to come in and get 20 a season, you had him all messed up. You had him all confused. When he came into Liverpool, he didn't have like the players that he's got around him now. And I think that for me, he does a lot of work off the ball. You know, he works hard. He does link up play pretty well. He's got a good touch. He presses well normally. In form, Firmino presses very well, which works with in line with Klopp's tactics. But for me, he's not a killer. Guns. Do you get what I mean? He's not an Aguero. He's not a Kane. He's not a Suarez. You know, if you're going to talk about old Liverpool, great strikers, or a Torres, he's not that guy. And I think that gets papered over by Salah and Mane's output. People's like, he does the link-up play. Don't worry too much about the goals because Salah bangs, Mane bangs. But the spotlight gets put on him, A, when they don't bang, and B, when we're not really in great form. Yeah? So although we're top of the league, 3 points clear.
Your form's not bad.
Me and you.
Your form's not bad, to be
fair. It's not bad. It's not bad. Getting popped about a month ago, 7-2, It's not bad, but then you've got to look at the sort of there's a lot of little elephants in the room with Liverpool. So the defense hasn't been brilliant. We've conceded the most goals in the Premier League, not the most goals out of the top 6, the most goals out of the whole league, which is poor. Yeah, and although we're top, you can't overlook that. And the thing is, people are going to say, "Oh, you know, you haven't got Van Dijk." Most of them goals were scored with him in the team. You know, most of the goals were scored with him in the team. So, sorry, I'm going off subject a little bit. With Roberto Firmino, I feel like now Klopp is not sending out a great message to the guys on the bench. Most notably, Diego Bad Boy Jota. Yeah.
Diego what?
Diego Bad Boy Jota.
Oh my God! Here we go.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, he scored some goals.
Anyway.
Wait, go on.
No, I'm not going to overhype him. But I'm saying, for me,
temper it.
Jurgen Klopp, I think he liked Firmino. I heard when he was at Dortmund, Firmino was one of the players that he looked at. He really likes Roberto Firmino. And to be honest, for number 10, his goal output it's not terrible.
No.
But he's only had one real prolific season. So I think people have got him kind of messed up in terms of what he should be doing for Liverpool.
All right, hold on.
But, yeah.
So should he drop him?
I think, as it stands right now, because you've got Diego Jota coming in and scoring pretty much every time he comes on, I think he should be dropped because, for me, even for a number 10, he plays him as a centre forward.
Yeah, it's a false 9, basically.
Yeah. False 9.
Yeah, same thing. No, I know what you mean, though. He's not producing the goals. It's all too, there's a lot of fancy touches before he scores a goal, all these little outside of the foot flicks. Sometimes you've got to be Alan Shearer, fam. Just bury the ball in the back of the net. Yeah, because nobody cares if it's all finesse and whether you've put it through the goalie's legs. We just want the ball to cross the line and for the referee to point back to the centre spot because we've just scored. That's it. That's all we need from you. With Firmino, I feel like he should be dropped now. He hasn't been in form for a while, and I don't think it sends out a good message to your players like your Jota. All right, Origi hasn't really done the job, although I don't like him being played on the left. I think Origi playing through the centre. Minamino less so. I think Minamino is too lightweight. Just doesn't offer a lot for me. He's got a nice little touch. He's like a watered down cross between Firmino and Adam Lallana. He's not even Son. I'm not even gonna disrespect. Okay, fine. Okay, good. No, the only reason I said that is because of the channel. Yeah. We don't want to get ourselves in trouble. Good.
No, I'm not gonna disrespect Son. Son's a kid.
Son's that guy. He's doing the job.
Son's that guy, bruv. Son's that guy. So yeah, for me, Firmino's played a lot as well, and I think Klopp's trying to play him into form.
No, you shouldn't do that, bro.
I don't think Klopp's. Yeah, sometimes you need to just tell a player you're not in form at the moment. If you want to sugarcoat it, maybe you just need a little rest.
It's games, bro. It's game every week.
There's a lot of games to play. He's not going to miss out. So bring in Jota, let him play. Even maybe bring in Origi as well, but play him through the centre. Don't play him on the left and wonder why he's ineffective. He's ineffective because you're not playing him where he's supposed to play.
It's a big guy.
And can I just take a moment to big up the only square-shaped football in the Premier League, Shaqiri. Yeah, on a big boy cameo appearance. He's done a couple of them recently as well. And I'll say this: don't do that. Don't give those eyes, Junior. I know it takes a lot to impress you, but I think Shaqiri, there's no other player like Shaqiri in the Liverpool squad. Ability-wise, I think his passing is brilliant. And he can spot little passes that no other player does. Henderson doesn't. Thiago.
I was about to say.
In the squad. No. But
you got a man already.
I'm not going to include Thiago because he's not there right now. I can only go by the players that are available. We've got certain players that are like the Loch Ness Monster. We hear about them, but we don't really see them very often. Or, the only April Fool's playing defender, Joel Matip. You know what I mean? Jumps in, oh, I'm fit. And then, oh, April Fool's, I'm not fit. And then hops back out again. You know, those players need to go.
All right, cool. All right, for the next thing probably to do, we're gonna have to just take it to that segment that everyone loves to hear about. So it's time for that straight red. Use your straight red for this week. Don't forget, we're gonna do another segment on Thursday. So, don't give too many at once.
I think my straight red for this week is it's gonna have to go to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for the change in formation. It was poor. It was poor, and for allowing the United team to be totally dominated at home by Arsenal, who again are a solid outfit. Shout out to Thomas Partey. I know they were partying yesterday because he put in a solid performance yesterday. He was very good yesterday. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. He's not qualified for that big job. United is a big job at the moment. You've got a lot of different characters and egos in that dressing room, yeah? And I think even a Pochettino would struggle to go in there and sort of shake things up immediately.
Some people out.
You'll have to take some people out. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has got no chance. No chance because a club legend doesn't equal a good manager. You were a big boy on the pitch. You won stuff.
Definitely does not equal a good manager. Definitely.
No, it doesn't. But in the managerial game, you're a young buck.
You got to set. You got to set your stall out. You got to earn your stripes again. None of this coming on.
Reset button. Yeah.
That's why he's always sitting down, bro. He's never standing up all the time, sitting down like he's a sub.
No.
He spent most of his career. Manager. All right. Thinking for my straight red. To be honest, I've had to think about this one.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Danny Murphy because of some of the stuff he said. Like, let's put it this way. I have my opinion on Salah as a Chelsea fan. I think he's a good player, a very good player. I think he's a diver as well. But I like consistency. Danny Mills, man, if you're going to say one guy's a diver or you're going to say this, you need to be consistent across with him and Harry Kane.
Yeah, with all of them. Yeah, with anyone who dives.
Let's be realistic. There's been a lot of players that have come through the Premier League from other countries that dive. But guys that are Ashley Young that have, like, some of the stuff Ashley Young used to do. I remember Fergie said he was going to have a talk with him. So Danny, man, you have to take it this week because Danny, man, you got to stay consistent, bro. Like, we're not up for all of this, because this, that. Yeah, we know Salah goes down. We know Kane's the golden boy, but if you're going to say it about Salah in your chest, you got to say it about Kane too.
Yeah.
Got to say it about Kane too.
Yeah, nobody gets a free pass, man. Nobody gets a free pass. You can't pick one person out and just focus on that one person. You know what I mean? And the thing is, a lot of these pundits anyway, they're about as reliable as a K-Reg Ford Fiesta, bruv. A lot of them are not reliable. There's a handful that are good, but what you'll notice is that a lot of them contradict themselves.
And they say the same things. Do you know what? Yeah,
a lot of them. Yeah,
they say the same things, and so. Do you know what we need to do? To be honest, I say we just need to make sure Roy Keane's on Sky Sports every week because that guy right there. Hey, him and Tim Cahill yesterday.
A spade, bro.
He put pressure on Tim Cahill. The pressure.
No filter.
He said, "So what? Now Arsenal's Bayern Munich." Listen, when I heard that, I went, "Nah, you Keane, yeah." Hey, to give this guy.
You don't want it with Keane. You don't want it with Keane because he puts pressure on in your face. See those eyes. Every time I look at those eyes, I see Alf Inga Haaland on the floor crying, bro, in pain. It's something I can't unsee it, fam. I can't.
No, real talk.
But yeah, for me, it's sad. It's sad what's happening at United. You half enjoy it.
Nah, it's not half, fam. Hey, listen, there's a cup full and there's a sprinkle on top, fam. Man's enjoying this.
Listen, I know Sean is looking at United right now. Like, you might have a friend who was great at basketball one day. And then he has an accident and amputate both his arms. And every time you look at him, you're just thinking, oh no, man.
Meal ticket.
You were great. Like, what happened to you? It's sort of like that, man. It's unfortunate. But as a Liverpool fan, to be honest, yeah, long may it continue, man.
Oh, no,
I'd
definitely.
rather them nearer to relegation than nearer the Premier League title.
I'd rather them get
You know?
relegated, but we can't wish for everything. But you never
Can
know.
you imagine that?
2020.
Oh my god.
2020. 2020. Hopefully 2021.
Anything.
Football in sense for them anyway could get worse.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was another episode of Straight Red. Straight to the point. All guns and bells. Signing off. Subscribe. Like the videos. Send them around to all your friends and people.
Please. Tell a friend, man. And everyone can subscribe. If your child's got a YouTube channel, tell them to hit that subscribe button, man. Everyone, your auntie, your uncle, people you don't like, do it, man. We need the support.
I was going to say something, but you know what? I'm not going to say that. But what I will say is we've made 100 subscribers. So thanks everyone that has subscribed. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Long may it continue. We'll see you all again soon on Thursday. All right, peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Silent K, one part of the Straight Red Football channel. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. I'll be seeing you guys again. Peace.